Maybe it's been raining, you know? You never know. We've been sitting up on the second floor for what seems to be about a century. I don't know how long you would have to not maintain a building for it to look like this. Probably at least 20 years. Maybe less, I don't know. Anyways, we've been sitting upstairs for a while. The pump room? Nah. Okay, no. That's not what it means. Give me 20 minutes, Lowko. I could make a place look like this? Really? That's a strange flex. I like wearing wet socks personally. What? What? Hey. What the f—
Mama?
Is that your dad on the wall?
Mama! I was looking for you.
What?
You're the only one left. Maybe then I can finally rest. Mama.
Oh, I'm so creeped out.
What's wrong? Wait. You're not my mama.
No. James, use your voice.
It's
James.
you.
James, use your voice.
I'm sorry, Angela. I think you were right. What we're looking for, it's not here. Not anymore.
Thank you for helping me earlier. But I wish you hadn't. Even Mama said it. I deserve what happened.
No, Angela, that is not true.
Don't pity me. I'm not worth it. Or maybe you think you can save me?
Nope. Don't care.
Will you love me?
Nope. Sorry. Bye.
Care for me?
Oh, Twitch chat can fix you, Angela.
Heal all my pain?
Absolutely not. Nope. Not here for that. Sorry.
That's what I thought.
Thank you for understanding.
James. Give me back the knife.
No, I won't.
Saving it for yourself.
We're in a burning building after it was flooded. Just seconds. Anyways.
It doesn't change anything.
The painting, by the way, here on the left.
It's hot as hell in here.
It's because of the temperature, James. Come on, bro. Get a grip.
You see it too? For me, it's always like this.
What? What? What is... Where's the water? It's a different thing. Sorry, just for good measure, I guess. What are we doing? The enemies are dying already? Yeah, so Eddie had a lot of freezing effects around him. Like his breath was always fogging up and... Apparently Angela may have fire or something? Although I don't quite understand why. And she says, oh, you see it too? I always see it that way. Meaning that I guess she is always hallucinating flames? Not sure what that's supposed to do. Maybe everything here is completely... What are these letters? Like, who's leaving these notes? Yeah, maybe this is all like just your own personal hell. I think the enemies are no longer doing anything. I'm pretty sure the enemies are just accepting death. As confused as I am, this game is fascinating. I've never really played anything like it. I've played a lot of games. The PC port is not necessarily amazing. Game doesn't perform necessarily great. What? Okay. Combat's kind of mediocre at best. So I guess everything is made up. Like, everything is made up in my own mind. I can imagine this is also a game, though, that has a lot of different interpretations, because it doesn't seem like there's one correct answer. Unless I'm mistaken, I feel like there's multiple ways.
James!
Maria? What about the pyramid guy? I don't understand the pyramid.
Leave her alone.
You were already dead like 3 times.
Leave us both the hell alone.
Hey. Who are the pyramid people? Egyptians, Lowko? That's... anyways. This is the first time that James really seems to be bothered. And I don't even know why.
I know what you are.
I don't. Tell me, James.
I know why I needed you. But it's all over now. I don't need you anymore.
Maybe it's all those syringes and painkillers that I've been taking all the freaking time. What?
I'm ready.
What? I'm not. What the fuck? Okay. Do I just hit him? I don't have a ton of bullets. Oh, I should have probably saved up my bullets. Maybe reloaded. Crazy idea. What am I doing, Chet? Why am I hitting the guys with the cone? Ow. Ow! quick jab yourself with a... Wait, did it say 22 syringes or 2? The whole place is coming down. Can I hit them on the cone? Doing? What's going on? Okay. Well, that was the last bullet. Ow. What? Okay. One of them suddenly stopped moving. We take our gun out, even though we... Thanks, lads. Carry on. Oh, there's bullets around this room. Somebody said the final boss in this game was super hard and that they were stuck on it for hours. Was this the final boss? Do pyramids lay eggs? Does anybody know? Okay. I can put an egg in the wall. There you go. I put the rust-colored egg in there. Here. The fuck?
What do you want, James? Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers.
James is trying to make it up to his wife that he accidentally meant to.
Just
Yeah, he killed her, so he's thinking, you know what I can do? Maybe I can bring her flowers.
Look at me.
He's read it in a magazine.
I'm disgusting. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here. Leave me alone already. I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway.
Take you in Callaghan.
Another month, another Twitch Prime. Thanks for the always good content.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
But I guess the hospital's making a nice profit off of me. Why are you still here? I told you to go.
Is this a game about euthanasia not being legal?
Don't come back.
Did we do her a fucking favor?
James. Wait.
It's definitely legal over here. If this game is an American healthcare moment, it's like Breaking Bad all over again.
Don't leave me alone.
Breaking Bad would be a really boring show in Europe.
I didn't mean what I said.
Oh no.
Please. Tell me I'll be okay. Tell me I'm not gonna die.
There's an awful lot of loot around here, guys. I don't know if it's legal in the US. I don't know. It's legal. It's not legal in most places, I guess, so probably not. It's not? Okay. So I wonder if we killed our wife and then strongly regretted it, even though we quote unquote did the thing she wanted. That's really dark if that's the case. Hey, Mary. I could have still gone downstairs, but I don't know, I didn't.
Mary? I have missed you so much.
I've missed you too. We can finally be together. Forever.
Is he's dead too?
No.
James. Honey. What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I know you tried,
James, please.
but she's gone. I know that now.
Wait,
Stop
somebody's
it.
playing
And
her?
I can't just keep pretending.
Shut up! What do you want? Do you even know anymore? I'm yours. I'm here for you. So what if I'm not her?
What?
I can give you what she never could. I can be better than her.
What?
What else do you want me to be?
This is Maria, isn't it? Is Maria
What else
with
can I be?
a different haircut? That's why it's a fuck. Like I've been saying this the whole time. She's too similar. Yeah, it's Maria. It's not
Sorry,
Mary.
Maria, I really am. But this has to stop. It's time to let it go.
Wait, the subtitle said Maria? Oh. To the window! Okay, no.
No.
Who the fuck is Maria? How is she? Is this like her twin sister? That would be even weirder.
I won't let you go. I can't!
What the fuck? So there's an actual fight? The guys? I am, slightly confused. I don't even know if I looted all the stuff that I could loot. The fuck? I don't have that much heal. Heal, bro! What the fuck? This is weird. So Maria is pretending to be Mary. And we've done it that way this entire time. But I don't know why. Maybe I had multiple wives. Is polygamy allowed? Ow. Okay, I got stuck. I was trying to heal, but my guy didn't want to heal. The reaction of James is not so great sometimes. Yeah, maybe Maria is not real either. There's a chance that I've just made up Maria. You reckon maybe we were trying to decide? Yeah, maybe Eddie was my wife too. Maybe we were trying to decide who would, you know, be best suited for the job. I think Eddie did a better job. Eddie seemed more sane. The fuck? Phase 2? What? The fuck's happening, dude? Fuck, I have to use my ears. My ears don't work. My directional hearing is horrible. Found a syringe. Is this what it's like to be married? This is what it's like, Lowko? Fuck. You can kind of tell that this game developer is Japanese, though. Just getting a little bit of that vibe, you know? This is a weird-ass fight. Why is it always the Japanese with the weird-ass fucking combat and content? This is strange, man. Don't blame the Japanese, Lowko? Alright. I mean, Japanese are known for amazing craftsmanship and high-quality products. It wasn't an insult. I'm almost out of bullets. Syringe, please! Oh, that's always a trick, right? Okay, well, I'm out of bullets. Oh. What was this? Shotgun shells. 5 of them. Huge. Any more bullets? Oh, another one? Oh, dude. You have shit for days. It's all neatly arranged on the side.
James.
Sword Saint Ishin also had 4 phases. Is this phase 4? I seem to have the option, chat. I wonder if this game has multiple endings.
James. James.
She's waiting for you, Lowko. She is. I was just checking if there was anything else. We made it back to our Ford F-150.
I miss you so much.
Is this game actually just a commentary on the American healthcare system?
I tried.
And euthanasia?
I really did, but I can't. Just can't go on without you.
Is this the bad
can't
ending? Of
forget
course it is,
myself.
guys. It's my ending. I always have the bad ending. Always.
I know this isn't what you would want. But I guess it doesn't matter anymore. You...
Wait, did I get back to my car? Or did I never
You're
go?
not here. Are you?
I don't think I actually ever went. I don't think I ever actually left the car. Did James come to Silent Hill? Why did we look at the back seat? Do we have a body there? Or like, what do we... He came to Silent Hill for Sudoku?
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now.
That's the very beginning of the game.
In our special place. Waiting for you to come and see me. But you never do. So, I wait. Wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know, I've done a terrible thing to you. I wish I could change that, but I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it is. The doctor came today. Told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this could be my last chance. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I missed you so much. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Every time you come to see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me. Maybe I just disgust you. I'm so sorry. When I first learned I was gonna die, I couldn't accept it. I was so angry. I struck out at everyone I loved. Especially you. And that's why I understand if you hate me. But I want you to know, I will always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. Which means that as you're reading this, I'm already dead. But that's okay. I'm not afraid of it anymore. I just hope the pain will end soon. So that you remember me for who I was. And not what the disease made me. I want you to go on. I want you to live. For yourself and for others. Like you did for me. James. You made me happy.
Fuck me. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, so Silent Hill are the friends we make along the way. All the people with, you know, the pants and the stitched together legs and you know. Oh. "57 kilometers traveled." Yeah, so I guess, okay, I think what happened... Favorite weapon, steel pipe? Let's fucking go, dude. I think what happened, and I may be wrong, but I think what happened is Mary was sick, right? She wasn't doing all too well. She must have been sick for a long time, and initially they two were happy together, but at some point she apparently was so bad that she got taken away. We don't really know what she had, but something was fucked. Oh, different screen. Then she got a little bit of time away, shortly, I think, before she probably would have died anyways. But she was scared, and I think what he did as, like, a last kindness or something to her was suffocate her with a pillow. So, she died. Not great. I do miss the urinals, though. Yeah, that's kind of sad. Anyways, I think what happened after that is that even though he technically did the quote-unquote right thing, which is, you know, an interesting take. But anyways, I think what happened at that point is he regretted it, and he became a bit of a... he lost his mind as well. Yeah, maybe it was frustration, maybe it was kindness, I can't quite say, but I guess he kind of lost his mind as well, and decided that maybe it was all real when it wasn't real, and that he found other people that may have been kind of like them, but not quite. Tried to replace her with other people, like, for example, Maria. I don't know who Eddie was. I don't know who Laura was. I think Eddie and Angela may have been people that were also coming to Silent Hill for the same reason. So maybe it's just like a purgatory or a weird place where people may go to, like, find inner peace or something along those lines. I'm not sure about Laura, the kid. But that was kind of the vibe I'm getting. Yeah, maybe the monsters were a representation of shit. Things that he was feeling. Hangover Haggis. Thank you very much as well, dude. Thank you for the Prime sub. Oh shit, today apparently was the day on Twitch, guys. Today, exactly a month ago, we had a very large increase of subscriptions. And the vast majority of those subs have run out. I'm looking at my sub count plummeting. We've gone down about 500 subs today. Always nice when you're live on Twitch to see your number go down by about 500. That is... yeah, the subocalypse. Yeah, that is... God. That's kind of rough. Dude, this game is very sad though. I don't know if I'm right, but I don't know if I'm right. Can I look at like a short video? There's 50-minute videos here. I don't really want to watch a 50-minute video. Gaming bold. Yeah, it's definitely up to interpretation, for sure. Some of it is.
In our restless dreams, we've been seeing the return of Silent Hill for as long as we can cast our memories back. And after what's felt like an eternity of waiting, the legendary survival horror franchise is finally coming back. And what's more, it's coming back with what's looking like an increasingly promising remake of the series' best installment to date, Silent Hill 2. For many, this will obviously be their first time experiencing the game and its story, in which case, our advice is to obviously for you to turn back and enjoy your first playthrough, knowing as little as you can going in. At the same time, however, many returning and veteran fans will also be coming back to re-experience Silent Hill 2 in enhanced and expanded form. And for that group, a big part of the experience is going to be analyzing the remake's story and storytelling and judging how well Bloober Team's attempts hold up when compared to the seminal original. To that end, with the horror title set to launch not too long from now...
Wait, horror? I thought this was just a nice adventure game. I wasn't scared ever.
We're going to refresh our memories and go over the full story of Silent Hill 2 from the beginning to the end. Silent Hill 2 begins...
This is the original game? Fuck, dude. The original game wasn't as scary, huh?
with protagonist James Sutherland finding himself in the titular town of Silent Hill, Maine, a place that he's very familiar with as a town that he and his wife Mary used to consider their special place after she passed away to a terminal illness 3 years ago. Somehow, however, Mary has managed to find her way back into James's life. Not too long ago, he received a letter from his supposedly dead wife telling him to meet him in their special place. His first instinct was, of course, to assume that the letter was someone's twisted idea of a prank. But from the fact that the handwriting on the letter matched Mary's exactly, to how it mentioned his promise to her that he would bring her back to the town of Silent Hill one day, and how he never did, there were certainly signs that pointed to the impossible possibility that maybe the letter was written and sent by Mary herself. At the very least, it wasn't something James could not investigate. And so he finds himself in Silent Hill, and as the game begins, James too begins his search of Mary. Early on, however, he encounters someone else, an anxious young woman by the name of Angela Orozco, who is looking for her mother in the town, but also seems awfully certain that the town is dangerous and that there's something going on that doesn't meet the eye. Hell-bent on getting to the bottom of the letter from Mary, James disregards Angela's warnings and heads out into the town, though it's not long before he realizes that things certainly do seem to have gone spectacularly wrong in Silent Hill, which is a far cry from the town that he remembers. On top of being enveloped in a thick, oppressive fog, the town, as it turns out, has not only been left utterly abandoned and in a state of disarray, but is also crawling with horrific monstrosities that almost defy description, like they've been plucked straight out of someone's deepest nightmares. With the utmost of care, James navigates the terrifying town.
I can imagine that the game is a lot more terrifying nowadays, because a lot of this almost looks comical.
Destination being Rosewater Park, a place where he's hoping to find Mary. Getting there requires him to cut through apartment buildings, and as he navigates their cramped interiors, he has several more interesting encounters as things get increasingly...
So I think these are like demons in his head, right? It's been 3 years. James is a little bit frustrated.
Increasingly unsettling. First, he runs into a little girl named Laura. His first meeting with her is an incredibly brief one, however, to the extent that he doesn't even have the time to learn her name. His next encounter is with Eddie, a young man who is deeply self-conscious about his physical appearance and has been severely bullied his entire life, something that has brought with it its own behavioral problems as well. When James first meets Eddie, he finds him vomiting in a toilet thanks to a corpse found in a nearby refrigerator. Eventually, James parts way with him as well, for the time being at least, before crossing paths once again with Angela. Things begin taking a really dark turn at this point in the game, with James finding Angela standing in front of a mirror with a knife in her hand, seemingly on the verge of taking her own life. He's able to persuade her to hand him the knife, but afterwards, she flees in panic nonetheless, off to search for her.
There is definitely a lot of feet. Yeah, I joked a lot about feet and legs. We don't judge James, chat. We just, well, not publicly anyways. We judge him silently and away from our keyboards. Yeah.
Her mother once again. Meanwhile, as he explores the apartments, James also has a run-in with a nightmarish creature known as Pyramid Head, a humanoid monstrosity with a giant pyramid-shaped object covering its head. The creature, whatever it is clearly far, far from friendly, but James is able to safely make his way around it. James is ultimately able to leave the apartments, following which he runs into Laura yet again.
Why does Laura not have eyebrows?
This time, he's actually able to converse with the little girl, though it's not a particularly
In the original, Laura didn't have eyebrows?
Again, and this time, he's actually able...
Okay. It's an anger demon? Pyramid Man is supposed to be an anger demon? Why does he have a pyramid for a head?
Able to converse with the little girl, though it's not a particularly pleasant conversation with him. Impossibly enough, Laura seems to know Mary, and after angrily accusing James of never having truly loved her, she quickly runs off again. confusion mounting, James continues on his way to Rosewater Park, and things don't get much clearer once he arrives.
The new game is so much more
Here
terrifying.
he meets Maria, a woman who looks like the spitting image of his deceased wife, with the only difference being her much more self-assured personality as compared to Mary. And interestingly enough, she also seems to know things about James and his life with Mary that no one other than the two of them should know. Regardless, with the town being as dangerous as it is, Maria asks to accompany James, who agrees. He meanwhile also decides on his next destination now that the park has turned out to be a dead end where his search for his wife is concerned. Now he's headed to Lakeview Hotel where he and Mary once stayed. On the way to the hotel, however, James and Maria cross paths with Eddie once again, and also see Laura once again. However, they only see her briefly because she quickly runs off into the town's fog before long. Worried about her safety, Maria asks James to chase after her, to which he agrees, and not long afterward, their search for Laura leads them to the game's next major location in Brookhaven Hospital, which they see Laura enter before following her inside. Things only go from bad to worse in the hospital, however. James does have another encounter with Laura, and it proves to be another perplexing one, with Laura claiming that she's known Mary for the past year, and James losing his cool over her claims since his wife has, of course, been dead for 3 years at this point. Laura doesn't offer much explanation, however, and then she runs off in search for some mysterious letter that she claims was written by Mary. Not long afterward, James and Maria are ambushed by the monstrosity known as Pyramid Head, and much to James's shock, it ends with it brutally killing Maria just as James is making his escape. Shaken by Maria's death, James decides to focus on finding his wife again and sets off towards the Lakeview Hotel once more. His trek to the hotel, however, is a long one and sees him having to navigate several other locations first. One of them is Toluca Prison, an old abandoned correction facility where, much to his surprise, James finds Maria, who, other than being locked inside of a cell, seems perfectly fine. Stranger still, when James questions her about what happened and how she got there, she says that they were never attacked by Pyramid Head and that she and James simply got separated. On top of that, during their conversation, Maria also seems to be randomly and erratically channeling Mary, almost as if the woman is swapping back and forth between the two different personalities, while also being privy to memories and knowledge that no one other than Mary should know about. James obviously has no clue what the heck is going on. Nevertheless, he tells Maria that he's going to find a way to free her, but when he does eventually manage to make his way into the cell, he finds that she has once again been mysteriously killed. But wait, that's not even it, because things continue to get much darker as James makes his way through the prison. Soon, he once again meets Angela, and the game finally begins to shed some light on her traumatic past.
It may not have been 3 years ago, but relatively recently, the 3 years may be a figment. Yeah, I gotta say as well, like, the remake of this game is really well done. Like, this almost looks comical. The vibe doesn't look similar at all. It is, it's impressive.
As she tells James about the horrible ways she was traumatized by her father when she was young, something that obviously scarred her for life. At this point, James also fights off and defeats a strange new creature, assaulting him and Angela, a creature that, it turns out, is a manifestation of her father and the trauma that she had suffered at his hands. That, of course, cements the notion that the strange creatures roaming the town of Silent Hill are representations of all the traumatic, emotional baggage that the people currently in it have brought with them. Now, back to the situation at hand, though. Angela tells James that she inherently mistrusts him, as she does all men, something born of her aforementioned past experiences, and also expresses doubts over how much James truly loved his wife, just as Laura had at one point. Telling him that he had stopped wanting Mary around after she became sick, she leaves, leaving James alone. He continues on, now making his way through a subterranean labyrinth that the prison was built on top of. Before he's able to exit, he has one more run-in with a familiar face, and it proves to be a dramatic one. James sees Eddie, and by this point, the latter has fully snapped. He tells James that he's finally figured out how to deal with the extreme bullying that he's had to endure his entire life on account of his physical appearance. The solution, according to Eddie, is to kill anyone who bullies him. James tries to reason with Eddie, but unfortunately does so in somewhat of an unkind fashion, asking him if he's, quote, gone nuts. which, as you might imagine, Eddie doesn't really react kindly to. He now perceives James as yet another bully, and the confrontation between the two suddenly grows incredibly violent, ending with James having to kill Eddie. Shocked at having had to kill another human and dismayed at how things ended with Eddie, James stumbles away from the scene. Battered and bruised as he is, though, especially mentally, his destination is finally within reach because as he exits the labyrinth, he's able to find a boat, row across the lake, and finally get to the Lakeview Hotel. And here, things finally come to a head. James meets Laura once again, who shows him the letter from Mary that she had mentioned to him earlier. And the letter makes it very clear that the two had indeed known each other for the year, and had even become quite close, to the point where Mary even intended to adopt Laura. To put it mildly, that doesn't align with James's version of things, with Mary having been dead for 3 years.
Maybe it's been more like 3 days. Maybe 3 days is more reasonable than 3 years. Also a little bit strange, though, of his wife to suggest adopting Laura, because she was clearly not doing all too hot, but
Though, as it turns out, there's not much that can be taken for granted with this story. James makes his way to room 312, where he and Mary stayed on their vacation when they had visited Silent Hill long ago, where he watches a videotape that shows him killing a deathly ill Mary by smothering her with a pillow. As the video ends, James sits in silence as realization of what actually happened comes crashing down on him and his utterly broken psyche. Mary didn't die of sickness 3 years ago. She died much more recently, and she died because James killed her after growing resentful over her terminal illness. He tells Laura what actually happened to Mary, and the little girl instantly leaves, saying nothing other than telling James that she hates him, and clearly meaning it with every fiber of her being. At this point, James receives a radio transmission, seemingly from Mary, who is telling him to find her somewhere in the hotel. James exits the room, and things continue to go from bad to worse.
So what about other endings? I hope
For
this goes over
starters,
it too.
as he exits the room back out into the hotel, he sees that the building has completely changed and is now little more than a burnt-out husk. One particular corridor is still on fire, and here he finds Angela, who thanks James for saving her, but tells him that the trauma she constantly lives through is too much to take, before walking into the flames and never being seen again, presumably ending her own life. Soon, James once again finds Maria, miraculously alive again, though she is killed before his eyes once more, this time by 2 pyramid heads. It's at this point that James realizes that the pyramid heads are simple manifestations of parts of his own psyche, created so that he can punish himself for what he did to Mary. With that knowledge, he's able to defeat the 2 pyramid heads.
Totally realized that when I got to that point. Totally. Yeah, it was just a manifestation, Chad. I totally realized that part, actually.
James then heads to the hotel's rooftop, and it's here that Silent Hill 2's story comes to a close. There are 6 different endings that players can get based on several factors, and officially the game's developers have always maintained the stance that there is no one canon ending. One ending sees James having one final meeting with Mary in which she forgives him for killing her, after which he leaves Silent Hill in Laura's company. In another ending, James is unable to live with the guilt of having killed his wife, after which he takes his own life by driving into the lake with Mary's body in the car by his side, with the implication
That's the one we got, Chad. Woo!
being that he had killed her quite recently, perhaps even as recently as the very day that the game's story began. In a third ending, meanwhile, James and Maria end up together, but as the two leave together, we see Maria coughing into her hand, suggesting that she, too, has the sickness that Mary did, trapping James in an endless cycle. The other 3 endings are decidedly much more out there and probably safe.
That one's horrible. Jeez, it's implied that's... Okay, sorry, I don't... God.
To rule out as canon. In one, James decides that he will use certain artifacts that he's been collecting throughout the game to resurrect Mary. In another, he meets a dog that he discovered had been orchestrating everything that had been happening in the game. The 6th and final ending, meanwhile, sees James being abducted by a UFO that's piloted not only by aliens, but also Harry Mason, the protagonist of the original Silent Hill. So yeah, these probably aren't canon. Either way, that right there is it. The full story of Silent Hill 2 from beginning to the end. how well the upcoming Bloober team developed Remake will be able to do justice to what's undoubtedly one of the greatest and most impactful stories ever told in games
Sick, dude.
remains to be seen, but suffice it to say, expectations are going to be monumentally high.
Great game, guys. That was really good. I loved it. Yeah. I mean, I think the combat is kind of shit. The responsiveness is pretty bad. I can list a couple of bad things. The performance of the game gets, worse over time, and sometimes it's good again, sometimes it isn't. You kind of have to, like, reboot it sometimes if it doesn't work for you. But across the board, excellent game. I'm actually, I'm surprised that somehow I have gone all these years with never being spoiled for this game. But the atmosphere in this is excellent. So I can imagine the atmosphere in the original version of the game was sometimes a little bit comical, where it was just not scary. But for this game, yeah, very good. I really, really like this. This was excellent. I don't really think there's more to say, right? Like, you can definitely, so when you boot up the game for the first time, if you're planning on playing it yourself, it gives you the suggestion to play with a controller. I didn't really like the controller very much. I don't know why you would play with a controller. Maybe you like playing with a controller, but I really don't enjoy playing shooters with a controller if I don't have to. Works just fine with mouse and keyboard, although it's, you know, it's kind of slow. It's a little bit, a little bit slow. So I think the overall vibe, story, fucked upness, I'm gonna give that like probably like a 9 out of 10, to be honest. Really think it was very good. As far as like the actual gameplay goes, the game would rank much lower. So I think we probably end up with like a solid 7, maybe an 8 out of 10. Yeah, very good. So thanks again to Konami for sending me a key. I probably would have picked up this game, maybe, I don't know. But I'm very glad that I played through it. I feel like this is one of those games that I will not quickly forget, you know? Like, it's messed up, but very good.